The Hawk says its crime combating strategies are yielding positive results. More than 600 people have been arrested for various crimes, with about 230 of them in jail. For more on this, we're now joined by Professor Kholofelo Rakubu from TUT, from the Department of Safety and Security Management. Kholofelo, thank you so much for joining us here on the late edition. Of course, looking at 611 people arrested, surely this is commendable from the Hawk. So what is your immediate reaction to that?
Good evening to the viewers. It is a commendable effort. However, remember, we still have questions around the provided the figures. We don't necessarily understand because they don't correlate with the status quo or what society is experiencing. It is so much surprising that we hear of drops here and there. However, the trust in the police is still dropping. So when you check the correlation there, it doesn't make sense that there's so much violence, there's so much high rate of crime, yet we hear of reduction. But again, we acknowledge that, but we should be moving as the society or as the country from these reports to action. Action is required. We know we are a crime-ridden country. We know stats will always be there, but stats are not too reflective of what is happening on the ground. So we don't look too much into it. We feel more needs to be done, and so much effort and resources are still required because there's disparities between their report and what societies are experiencing.
Which is quite understandable, Kholofelo. Of course, we know that the police is always under scrutiny from the public. But one would say that we see here, just in the second quarter, more than 200 people arrested for fraud in this country. What do you make of that specific number, particularly looking at fraud?
It just tells of a true reality, what is happening. But again, as I said, I don't take statistics too hard. I don't trust statistics. Yes, there are effort here and there, but they are disjointed. They don't even reach the target. And if you hear of 200, I still have questions around the 200. It's 200 out of how many? Is it 200 because we lost trust in the system that many were not reported? Or is it 200 that made it? Or there are so many questions around that. That is why I'm asking or questioning whether isn't it time for paradigm shift, when now we don't waste time and focus on these crime statistics and face the bull by its horn, because what is happening is that there's so much lawlessness in South Africa. Crime is very high, and as per the report you could see, the only consensus we see there or an agreement is with the killings of the police, that we think we should also provide an analysis with regard to that high rate or that concern with regard to killings of police officers. But the rest, there's so much that needs to be done.
So, Kholofelo, according to you, you don't think this, inspires any confidence in our policing system in this country, which is, something that the public continues to question, especially when there are various crimes. I remember even during the July unrest, we were asking the question of where is the police? So you are saying that, according to you, this latest statistics coming out from the Hawks does not inspire any confidence in the public. Unfortunately, it seems as if we have lost Kholofelo there. She was giving us her response when it comes to the Hawks statistics coming out, saying that at least 611 people have been arrested. Of course, looking at priority crimes, and they are saying that crime combating strategies seem to be yielding positive results, but Kholofelo thinks otherwise.